I am Curran Bhatia chatting with Adam Kownacki. Adam, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I know that you're fighting on Saturday. It's obviously a huge moment for you. Your last 3 fights did not go your way. 3 losses. I've heard you say it's going to be the old, new Adam on Saturday night. Why is it going to be the old, new Adam?
Excited. I think I had a little long break. For my last fight, I went to see my family in Poland. Yeah. Had some time off. Spent some time partying, but also met a lot of fans, and everybody's like, yo, when you coming back? I mean, that can't be the end. We want to see you fight again. You bring way too many emotions. Wake up at 4 a.m. to see you fight. And it was like, you know what? Let me think about it. So we went back to Miami. And I was bored, man. I was home. I started going to the local gym. I started just hitting the bag, doing some moving around. And an old friend, Melissa Hernandez, was at the gym. She's like, yo, what you doing? Who's training you right now? I was I don't know what I'm going to currently do. If I'm going to continue training and fighting, or if I'm just going to hang it up. And she's like, yeah, I'm training with Sugar Hill up north. And I was like, ask if you don't mind me joining and coming over. And she's like, all right, I'll speak with him. We went by, and she's like, yeah. He said, come by. Let him see what you have. And I went there. And we clicked. It was good to work with him. He made boxing very exciting for me again. And we've been together for since I think February, or for the past 6 months, I think, and just been working hard, and I'm enjoying it.
So it was the people of Poland that motivated you to come back, right? What was it about what they were saying that motivated you?
Yeah, it's like we want to see your emotions. I mean, you can't end your great career like this. I mean, they're asking for pictures, little kids. I mean, I was a rock star over there, so it's really feel really humbled and blessed that I have so many people that I don't even know that look up to me and look at me as motivation. So I can't leave them hanging like this. I mean, so I'm going to give them a couple more fights and leave the boxing game with my head up high, and hopefully with a belt around my waist.
Absolutely. So you did have the 3 straight losses like we talked about. After that happened, did you contemplate retirement? Did you contemplate doing something else in life?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have 2 small kids, Kaz and Teddy. They love all my heart. And it was like, I can't be, being in tough fights no more. I had to readjust and do something else maybe. But the only thing I know is boxing. So, and that's why I love. So I just started going to the gym, like I said before, and so let's give it one more go, so this fight will be the end or the new beginning for me.
What would you have done if not for boxing?
I don't know. Growing up, I was doing construction, working nightclubs, so I was a Brooklyn kid. I mean, so whatever, hustling any way you could.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Growing up, obviously, you are representing Poland, the Polish community. They come out for your fights. Even early on in your career, Barclays Center and elsewhere would be packed with fans screaming your name. So obviously, the community has rallied around you, and that's deep into your roots. When you were growing up, you're obviously, you had the immigrant mentality, the hardworking immigrant mentality. I just wanted to talk a little bit about your upbringing and how that inspired you to continue your boxing career.
Yeah, so growing up in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, Little Poland. My dad, to this day, doesn't speak great English because he could have taken care of everything in Polish. I mean, we had the Polish deli, the Polish bakery, the Polish agencies, everything was in Polish. It was Little Poland in Greenpoint. But everybody was very hardworking. Everybody worked hard for their money, for their pay. And it was very motivational. But watching Andrew Gołota fight, I remember seeing, he's Polish like me, and he's not doing construction or a regular blue-collar job. We could do something for ourselves. So he was a big motivation for me, saying, I can do something else rather than what my parents do or my other people that are around my neighborhood.
When you saw what he was doing in the ring and the way that he inspired you at a younger age, is that what you're looking to do to now younger fans that now see you in the ring?
100%. I mean, I get a lot of messages from kids from Greenpoint that are paving their own ways right now, whether it's playing basketball, doing kickboxing, boxing. These guys write me messages. Hey, Adam, you're a big motivation. Thank you. We can't wait to see you fight again. And it really means a lot. Like, I know it's little stuff, but it really brings you like a soft spot in your heart, knowing that all these people are actually counting you and looking up to you.
If it wasn't for the community, both here and in Poland, rooting you on, cheering for you, sending you messages, saying we want to see you back, it sounds like there might have been a chance that you would have hung up the gloves if not for their support.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wanted one more fight just to say thank you to my fans and walk out at a win. Yeah. But once they start like giving that extra motivation, it's like, yo, I gotta continue this path that I set for me as a young kid. I mean, today even at the press conference, they showed me my first Golden Gloves book of me as a 17-year-old kid from Hamilton High School fighting a teacher from a physical ed teacher from upstate New York. And I was like, oh, I've been doing this for such a long time, and it would stink to go out on the way my career is on to this point. So I'm here to open up a new chapter and finish up the book very strong.
And speaking of your recent fights, we know you took on Robert Helenius March 7th, 2020, right before the pandemic. It was a knockout loss. And then you had to deal with the pandemic. So you couldn't even get back to training, you couldn't get right back out there. Eventually, you did get the opportunity to go against Robert Helenius again. Now, this is a tough guy. He's a big man. Yeah. They call him the Nordic Nightmare for a reason. I know it must have been tough on a physical sense, losing via knockout. We saw you have so much heart when you fight. You just keep moving forward. It takes a lot to stop you. And Helenius was able to do that twice. I'm just curious from an emotional, mental state. I mean, what was that like for you to say, okay, you lost once, but then I'm sure you hoped to avenge it. You weren't able to avenge it. What was that like for you mentally?
It was very tough, man. What went wrong? I guess the passion wasn't really there. The focus wasn't there. Yeah, it was a tough time. I guess maybe I was too much from New York, which is that energy here. So I got a new start, man. I packed my kids after the second loss. So my second child was born, Teddy. It was October. In December, I told them, yo, let's pack our bags, go to Florida, see how it is there. We want to visit it. The sun, the vitamin D, I mean, brought new light to me, man. And I was like, yo, we're moving. She's like, yeah, let's move. So we moved to Miami, and we started like a new beginning there, something just for us, for me and my family and my kids.
You had the new beginning, but then you did face another defeat, this time against Ali Aaron Demirazin. Right. I've heard you say that maybe the motivation wasn't there again for that fight, the activity level. This was a decision loss this time, fairly wide on the scorecards. What went wrong in that fight, in your last time out?
It was close, actually. It was 6-4, I think, so it could have gone either way. But yeah, I just moved to Miami, and I guess I wasn't really focused on boxing the way I should have been. Just looking back at it, I mean, I wasn't really ready. Or I wasn't really physically ready to take on that fight, it just happens. I mean, Ali put on a good fight, but deep down, what hurts the most is I know that I'm a better fighter than both Ali and Robert Helenius. So I think that really hurts the most, when you know you're a better fighter than both of them, and you lost to both of them. So that really irks me.
I'm sure you want to avenge those losses at some point in the future, but the next step in your journey is on Saturday night. It seems like you're in a really good place mentally, in a really good place physically for sure. We saw you take off your shirt today at the press conference, and obviously now training with Sugar Hill Stewart, great trainer. So what was it about Sugar Hill that just clicked? We've seen him train great fighters, Tyson Fury. He's trained Anthony Durrell and many others. What was it about Sugar Hill Stewart that just clicked for you?
It just clicked. I mean, I remember meeting his uncle a couple years back in Klitschko's camp. And that crunk style, man, always made sense. They changed so many world champions. So it just happened, it just clicked perfectly. Like sometimes I feel like something happens for a reason, and I think it was just meant to be, Actually, he picked me to fight Charles Martin, actually. That was his choice to put me against Charles Martin, because he thought Charles Martin could beat me. But they had a falling out, and he didn't train Charles Martin for that fight. And I ended up beating Charles Martin, so I guess that was a good sign. And we just clicked,
And stylistically, we've seen you in the ring. You throw more punches than almost anyone. You're a come-forward fighter. How is that going with Sugar Hill? Is he changing up anything that you do? Are you guys changing a game plan on what's going on with the training with Sugar Hill?
He wants to keep me physical, keep me moving forward, throwing a lot of punches. Just be smart with it. Make it tighter, make it more tight and more crisp.
And we know that you're getting ready for Saturday night now. You're going against Joe Cusimano. This is a tough opponent, a big guy. He's excited for this opportunity. He knows what it would mean to be able to take down Adam Kownacki, because you're a name in the heavyweight division. You know what this means for your career. You've taken 3 losses. You can't take a 4th.
No.
And clearly, you're in a very different place than you were before, mentally and physically, like we talked about. How important is this moment for your career and your life?
It's everything. I mean, my whole career depends on this fight. I mean, I even mentioned it openly. If I get a win, but an average-looking win, I mean, it's gonna be my goodbye. You know, I want to look great, and I plan on looking great. Like you said, I'm very motivated. I'm very fit physically, mentally. I'm very motivated. So I'm definitely gonna win this Saturday in amazing fashion, and show you I'm back. Like I said before, the new old Adam Kownacki is here.
And so, speaking of that, what is the official prediction for the new old Adam Kownacki on Saturday
Under
night?
6, man.
Knockout under 6?
Yeah.
And you feel confident on that?
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to be a huge moment here in New York. Obviously, you're going to have the supporters, Polish fans, and I think just fans in general of your style, because you're a very fan-friendly style. You always come forward. You always give it all in your ring. One thing that no one can say about you is that label you as a quitter or anyone who doesn't give it 100% in the ring. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like on Saturday?
Amazing. I mean, between the Polish, the Puerto Rican, the Albanian, the Irish, it's going to be loud. It's going to be like a soccer stadium, you know. It's going to be loud, and everybody's going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a great night of boxing. The card is filled with great fights, and it's going to be, if you're in New York, that's the place you got to be at. It's MSG, the Hulu Theater. It's going to be a night you don't want to miss.
Going down on Saturday night. Now, I'm sure, obviously, this fight is crucial for your career, like you mentioned. You're 34 years old now. You're in the heavyweight division. Now, power does stay with you at heavyweight, so there's definitely more to go if you want to. I don't want you to look too far ahead of your opponent, but if you are successful, what is the plan? I'm sure you want to avenge losses against Helenius and DAZN. I'm sure you want to challenge for a heavyweight title. I know that's been a dream for yours for a long time. What would be next after this?
Right now, I'm just looking at June 24th. I mean, there was gossip and stuff, but right now I'm just focused on June 24th. That's the most important date. Yeah. I mean, there's no June 25th right now. So I'm just looking at June 24th and making sure I get a win in spectacular fashion, make some noise, and enjoy a couple of days with my kids because we're going to Poland again, and get back to work, you know?
When we spoke a few years ago, I asked you about, you had the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua when his opponent Jarrell Miller fell out. Eventually, that opportunity, you chose not to take that, went to Andy Ruiz, who upset Joshua. And I remember at the time, you said that you didn't want that opportunity. It wasn't the right time for you. At that time, you were undefeated and you were knocking on the doorstep. Not to say you can't get there again. You certainly can, but it's going to be a little bit more of a journey this time. Do you regret now not taking that opportunity at that time?
No, I think it will come again. I think everything happens for a reason, just like everything else in life. Yeah. Timing sometimes is very important, and maybe that fight's right around the corner, you know? So you never know. You never say never. I mean, you never say never. And like I said before, I'm just focused right now on June 24th and Duke Cosimano, because he looks in shape, he looks ready, and I know he's going to be a threat, but I just got to take care of business.
That opportunity could absolutely, certainly come again, and it seems like the condition that you're in now, training at the level you are now, it seems like it certainly will come together. Just to close it out and put it all into perspective, we talked about how you grew up, the way you grew up, that immigrant mentality, that hardworking. That seems to be coming to life in your story in the boxing ring as well. I mean, you got knocked down. It's not about getting knocked down. Anyone who challenges themselves to be great, right? You can fail. That can happen. But it's about how you respond. So I'm just curious about how everything that you've been through has basically led you to this moment on Saturday night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's lessons, right? It's not losses, it's lessons. You got to make sure you just learn, pick up something new, and keep going forward. I mean, if you believe in yourself, man, anything is possible, especially here in America. You know, everybody's living the American dream. That's why this country is so great. It gives everybody equal opportunity, a fair share. And I'm just happy that my parents were lucky enough to win a green card, come here, and have this chance to be here and make something of ourselves.
Adam Kownacki, please keep doing what you're doing, inspiring others. Best of luck. Your next stop on your journey is on Saturday night, June 24th. It's going down in Madison Square Garden. It's Matchroom Boxing on the DAZN. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.